2.
Hello, welcome to this edition of Dirt Talk with Drake York. This weekend at Marysville Raceway Park, the Sherman Lori Toller Memorial was run. Very interesting race, but before I start off, I gotta say thank you to the fans who were there at the track. And like I said, if you were there, you knew it was very, very cold. So that's why dirt track racing has the best fans in the world. And thanks for everyone for coming out and sticking out through the cold weather to watch a good 2 races at Marysville or 3 I should say, the 305 sprint cars, the CNH Enterprises Joe Hunt Magneto Spec Sprint Series, and then of course the 360 sprint cars. So we'll get into our 360 sprint car division first for our recap. There were 26 360 sprint cars there. Justin Sanders was fast time with a 12.946. And the main event, it was mired with cautions. 7 cautions made up the entire race. Dustin Freitas in the 9 car, he started outside the front row and he would get to the lead early, but on lap 9 Justin Sanders would power around him. Sanders moving to the 56 car this season, and he showed last weekend at Marysville that he and that team were going to be a force to be reckoned with. He was quick time, as I mentioned, won his heat and took the lead pretty early in this event. Fast forward to near the end of the race, the 92 of Andy Forsberg, who won a lot of races at Marysville Raceway last season, closed in on Sanders, but couldn't really find a way to get by him. Even after a late race restart, Forsberg still couldn't quite get by Sanders, and Sanders picked up the win. Now he is the second 2-time winner of the Sherman Lori Toller Memorial. So here's your top 5. Justin Sanders with the win. Andy Forsberg held on for second. Good to see Billy Wallace run third in the 6W. Sean Becker, a former winner of the Toller event, ran fourth. He started near the back of the field. Interesting watching him making his way up through the field. And fifth was Shane Galbick, who, like Becker, started towards the back of the field and made his way up to the front. Also on tap last weekend at Marysville Raceway was the CNH Veteran Enterprises Joe Hunt Magneto Wingless Tour. With 24 sprint cars, non-wing sprint cars in the pits, Jimmy Christian in the 1C was quick time with 14.037. Max Adams, a USAC sprint car driver, good to see him come out to Marysville, run a wingless race. He was aboard the Ted Finkenbeiner 3F machine. He would go on to win the dash, and that lined him up on the pole for the main event. But on lap 1 of the main event, Angelique Bell jumped out to the early lead. A few laps into the race, though, while leading, she hit a slick spot on the track, did a complete 360, kept going, but unfortunately she would lose the lead as Jake Morgan got around her. But 1 lap later, Morgan got turned entering turn number 1. Henry went in a little bit too hot, got on the back of Morgan, spun Morgan around and behind him ensued a 7-car pileup. They had to go red because the track was completely blocked during that incident. But after that, Max Adams would make a run at Caleb Henry for the lead. Adams could get beside Caleb Henry, but off the corners it was all about Caleb Henry. He just had a bit better drive than Adams. But on lap 20, Adams' great run would come to an end as he made contact with the lap car, entering turn number 3 and effectively end his chance to win. And after that, it was smooth sailing for Caleb Henry as he went on to claim the first event of the CNH Veteran Enterprises Joe Hunt Magneto's Wingless Tour, main event of 2018. And if you go back to last year, you won the last 2 events of last season according to their Facebook page. So Caleb Henry's got these non-wing cars figured out. He is currently in his 2nd year with these cars, and he is doing good. Interested to see what he can do the rest of the year, not only behind the wheel of a non-wing sprint car, but as well as a wing sprint car. So here's your top 5. Caleb Henry was the winner. Angelique Bell was 2nd. Sean Jones was 3rd. Sparky Howard, good run for him. He finished 4th. Originally he finished 2nd, but he got penalized 2 positions for jumping start, so that would bump him back to 4th. And Troy DeGaten would finish in the 5th spot. Also, as I mentioned, the 305s were there. They only had 3 cars, but Monty Ferreira in the 45 picked up the win. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Dirt Talk with Drake York, and I'll see you next time.